I think what Duncan said, let me now inform Duncan about, we are not doing even 200,000 barrels a day that Duncan thinks we are doing. We are doing way less than 140,000. The upstream is in a mess. So when Duncan hopes that our windfall from the upstream would have come to save us, because the upstream is in a mess, we don't have that safety net. The upstream, when we started 10 years ago, 12 years ago, was doing something like 90,000 barrels a day. Today, we are still doing around 140 and 150 at most, okay? So the 4 parcels every 6 months that we are lifting, with these numbers, only gives us something like $192 million, which in the scheme of government affairs is nothing. But let me now go on to talk about what you asked. Look, we don't only need a plan for the next month or two. We need a 2022 plan. What is happening now is worse than the pandemic. When we went into the COVID pandemic, government had a plan to help Ghanaians. Free this, free that, free this. Be it we could afford it or we couldn't afford it, we came up with something to help Ghanaians. When beginning of 2020, we were buying fuel at 4 cedis a liter. Today, in the last 2 months, fuel has gone up by 4 cedis. So if you're looking at the economy, government is also a buyer of the same product. So if government doesn't do something, come up with a 2022 plan between now and December, what it intends to do to help Ghanaians, we are going to have a system where the economy might collapse, okay? The issue of us producing oil is that we need a certain amount of production per day, which will have been something like, by now, if we're doing something like 1 million barrels a day as a country, then yes, we can afford to get all the money that is coming as a result of high fuel prices to help the local Ghanaian. The Ghanaian is suffering. Average person today waking up to see 10 cedis at the pump.
Right.
It's not a joke. Okay? Because how does that person, the psychological effect of it alone is crazy. And the dollar to the cedi is the problem. In terms of the high prices, I think we've ridden the storm. Last week, crude oil went to $130 a barrel. It's come down to about 105, 104 because the international OPEC countries have said that they will pump more crude oil. So it means that if nothing drastic happens again between the war, we are going to be around that $100 a barrel, which means that if the cedi gains strength and the cedi comes back to about maybe 6.7, 6.9, and Bank of Ghana is able to supply Bank of Ghana is able to supply forex to the BDCs and the OMCs at the interbank rate.
Right.
Then this high 20% increase in the next window should be reversed.